Okay, so yesterday, Bentley and Lincoln and Daddy went for a walk in the woods, and they found all of these chanterelle mushrooms. And so we made sure we correctly identified these, and we're gonna cook these up for dinner tonight, and the boys are gonna help. So, Bentley, what I need you to do first of all is go ahead and come over here. You can come around this way and you grate all of this Parmesan cheese. You can use this side and just hold on to it at the top. And then you just scrape the cheese like that, and it's gonna fall into the middle. Okay? So you do that, and then Lincoln, I'm gonna give you some butter. We're gonna go ahead and use a whole stick of butter for this pasta. It's gonna be, a big pasta dish.
How much do I grind?
Just do it all.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna put this in here, and I'm gonna turn the heat on for you. Now be really careful, okay? Don't get too close to don't lean up against. Okay, so I'm gonna put this over like medium-low heat, and this is gonna melt. And what I'm gonna do to help the butter not to burn is we're gonna put a little bit of a couple tablespoons of olive oil over the butter. Okay, so take your wooden spoon and just kind of stir this around, and the butter is gonna melt and turn into liquid. Okay, good job. All right, so I'm gonna come over here and just chop an onion. This is a sweet onion, and we're just gonna chop this up. I washed the mushrooms earlier, and you do have to wash them. I know a lot of times people will say not to run the mushrooms underwater. Sometimes you just have to. With chanterelles, they kind of grow in sandy soil, and in their little gills, sand and stuff will get trapped, so you really do have to rinse those out. So I went ahead and did that, and this is a lot of chanterelle mushrooms. We probably will not use all of those for the pasta tonight. We'll save some for tomorrow, but now that they're washed and they're drying here, we'll just store them in paper bags in the fridge, like a paper lunch bag. Because you can't put these in a plastic bag, they need to breathe. So a paper bag is the way to go for chanterelles. And I did have to discard a few of the chanterelles because they were kind of, onions on the loose. They were kind of slimy, and if you run into that, just toss those. But we have plenty here to work with, so it's not gonna be a big deal. And then also behind me, I'm gonna go ahead and start our water for the pasta. So that's really heavily salted water, and we're gonna bring that up to a rolling boil. Just rough dice on these onions. How's the butter going, Linky? Melting? Nice. All right. So Linky, I'm gonna come back here, and I'm gonna give you some onions for your pan.
Can I just stir it?
You just keep stirring them around. Yep.
It's taking a little bit.
I know, yeah, the cheese grating is gonna take just a second. So, those onions right.
Onions down.
That's all right, I dropped some onions too. Just try to stir gently, okay? All right, so for the chanterelles, we are going to, these big ones, we're gonna need to cut these up. So we're just gonna go down the center there and kind of in half again. I'm not trying to cut these up too small, kind of pieces about that size. Now these little guys right here, I'm just gonna leave these whole because those will look cute. This one's a little bit big, we'll just push it right in half. So, but the big ones, look at that, that's huge. It's like the size of my face almost, kind of. All right, so we're just gonna cut these guys, keep cutting, and then we're gonna stick these into the butter. So we might speed this part up for you just a little bit, and we'll bring you back fully when the action is happening. Okay. All right, so now I am going to add our mushrooms to the onions and the butter. So we're gonna bring these over here, Winky.
It's kind of burning.
No, it's not burning. It's just softening up the onions. And more mushrooms. Now this looks like a lot of mushrooms, and it is, but you know what? Mushrooms always cook down. So, and this is the main ingredient. We're not doing any other protein here, so. All right, so I'm gonna add a little bit of salt and pepper to the mushrooms. This is gonna help the liquid come out of the mushrooms and help everything cook down. Maybe another pinch of salt there. Make sure we're seasoning our onions too. Okay, I'm gonna grab pepper. Good job, Lincoln. All right. So just keep kind of stirring those around and try not to get any out of the pan, okay?
I didn't get any mushrooms on.
No, you did really good. I'm gonna chop up some garlic to add after those have cooked for a couple minutes, okay? How's the cheese going, Bentley? It's going, huh?
Yeah. Slowly.
All right. That's probably good because we've got a little bit of cheese in here too left over. So we'll add that and then we'll save this. Yep, go ahead. Just set this over here to the side real quick. Yep, sure. That is fine. And we'll go ahead and add this. And then if we need any extra, we have that little bit that's left. Good job on that. Okay. So I am going to chop this garlic. You kind of have to get the skins off garlic by kind of twisting at the clove, and then the skins will pop off pretty easily. So let's do at least 2 big garlic cloves. How's it looking back there? Okay. He's doing it. He's got it. Bossy older brothers. All right, so Bentley, when you found these yesterday in the woods, you just stumbled upon a huge patch of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was so cool. And you recognized them right away because they were bright orange. And we looked it up yesterday to make sure we had the right thing. And what did we learn about chanterelles? How do you tell a real chanterelle from a false chanterelle?
So real chanterelles will have like a funnel shape. Well, most of the time we'll have most of the time we'll have like a funnel shaped inside, and they'll be orange all the way throughout the mushroom.
All the way to the edges, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, the stalk. But, and then the fake ones will not always be funneled, and they're gonna have white around the edges.
Around the rim there, yeah. Yep, exactly. So that's a way to tell if you have a real chanterelle. So I have 2 cloves of minced garlic here, and I'm adding that to the mushrooms and onions and butter and olive oil. Let's add that right in. You see, oh, all this liquid's coming out of the mushrooms. Let me help a little bit. Perfect. Good job. Yeah, that's what you want to do. That is awesome. So all of that liquid is good thing. It's going to become part of our sauce. So we got the liquid from the mushrooms, all that butter and olive oil. Our water is still heating up for our pasta, but we can go ahead. Let's crank the heat up on this just a little bit. Let's let a little bit of the liquid evaporate, and then we're going to add some cheese and cream. So we'll meet you right back here when some of this has evaporated. You can probably take a little pause. All right, so what I have here is some bucatini, and this is like a thick, hollow spaghetti noodle, and these look obviously thicker than a spaghetti noodle, but when they cook up, they're gonna be really big. So this is kind of a fun pasta for this. I'm gonna go ahead and do the whole, yes? Yep, the water is boiling, so I'm gonna go ahead and do the whole package, which is a pound. And we're gonna put this back here into our really well salted, rolling, boiling water. Let me grab, let's just grab one of these spoons and kind of help this, because I don't want to break the pasta, because I think every Italian would be so upset about that. So, and it's bad luck to break pasta. So we are just gonna help this to get in there. Are you still stirring? Now for the mushrooms, we did end up removing just a little bit of the liquid. There was so much liquid in the pan, and I didn't want to continue to cook it and cook it and cook it and make the mushrooms tough. So we just took a little bit out, maybe about a half a cup out with a ladle, and we reserved that in case we need to add any to the sauce. So while the bucatini cooks down, it's going to take about 10 minutes. Not 8 minutes like normal, because this is a thicker pasta. So al dente for this would be about 10 minutes. So what we're going to do is come over here to our mushrooms, and I have some heavy whipping cream, and I am going to add this. Now there's not a ton left in here. I would say there might be about a cup's worth in here, maybe a little less, 3/4 of a cup. So just go ahead and stir that in carefully, Linky. And then I'm also going to come over here with our freshly grated Parmesan cheese, and I'm gonna add a big handful there, about like that. So that was probably easily about like a cup and a half of grated Parm. And then, yep, just kind of stir that and try to get all the mushrooms in the sauce, and keep your spoon down in the pan, yep. All right, good job.
Really light.
It is, yeah, the cream made it really light in there. So this is on low heat. I'm gonna turn that down, make sure it's on low. Help a little bit. Just get everything incorporated. All right, that looks beautiful. It smells really good. All right, so with this point, we're gonna turn off the heat completely. You can keep stirring, sure. And then I'm going to come over here, mince up some parsley. We have a lot of fresh parsley growing in the herb garden. And I am just going to mince this up. And Bentley, if you could, I'm just kind of doing like a rough chop. If you could take all of this parsley and put it in the mushroom mixture, please. Just gather it up, yep, and put it in the mushroom mixture. It's gonna be really pretty. All right. Yeah, it's okay. Stuff it all right in. Okay. Cool. I'm gonna come over here and take a look how we're doing. All right. So that looks beautiful. We're just gonna wait for the pasta to finish cooking, and I'm probably gonna pull this out at about 8 minutes, even though it's gonna take 10 minutes to cook, because I'm gonna finish cooking the pasta in the sauce. And the starchy pasta, yeah. Oh, little guy's sticking out. Let's push him down there. The starchy pasta is gonna help thicken our sauce. So I'll see you back here in just a few minutes. Okay, I'm gonna drain the pasta. It's been about 8 minutes or so, 8.5 minutes. So I'm gonna drain this. I have the mushrooms and the cream sauce on a medium-low heat. So I'm gonna take my almost cooked all the way through bucatini, and I'm gonna add this right in to our sauce. And I'm gonna ditch the wooden spoon and come in here with tongs, and I'm gonna start tossing this around. So this is looking really good. And the pasta water was salted really heavily. That's an important step, because that is the way that you flavor your pasta. It's important to flavor every layer of what you're doing. So, it's a lot of pasta. I think we're gonna have some leftovers. What do you think, guys?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. You guys are big eaters if you like something, so maybe you'll like your wild mushroom pasta, your chanterelle pasta. So I'm gonna let this go for just a few minutes. Let the noodles finish cooking in the sauce. Let me just test a noodle and see where we're at. Oh. Pretty close. And just another minute. So I'll see you back here in just a sec.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna take our pasta, which is cooked with our mushrooms, and we're gonna pour it out in our platter. Make sure we get all of that out of there. Let me grab my wooden spoon. Make sure I am getting everything perfect. That looks beautiful. All right, so boys, I am going to have you come over here, and first, Bentley, since you grated all the cheese, I want you to take that cheese and sprinkle it all over the top. Perfect. Very artful. I like it. Just take it all and get it all over there. Awesome.
How much do we need of this?
Do it all. Yep. Perfect. All right, and then Linky, I want you to come over here and help me do the parsley. So take some parsley in your hands like this. Yep, and sprinkle it all over the top. Just a little bit more. Perfect. All right. And then we're just gonna come in here with some olive oil. This is not the olive oil that you cook with. This is a finishing olive oil. This is a olive oil imported from Sicily. And I'm just gonna take some of this. We're gonna do a little drizzle on the top. Just kind of all over. And then just a little more fresh pepper over the top. And that's it. That is your wild mushroom chanterelle pasta that you found in our woods. And we are truly farm to table tonight. So let's have you guys taste them and show them on camera if you like it or not.
Okay.
Just lie if you don't. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so let's grab.
How hot is it?
It is a little bit hot, but just blow it all. Blow on your bite. Yep. Grab 2 forks. Perfect. Okay. Make sure we get some mushrooms in there. For you too, Linky. Make sure we get a mushroom bite for you. All right.
Oh no. You won't stay home.
All right, blow on it really good. Ooh. Here, just blow on that.
No.
How'd we do, guys? Was it good? All right,
I haven't
perfect.
tried the noodles.
Haven't tried the noodles yet?
You
Okay.
just gave me a mushroom.
I'm sorry, but I thought maybe it was too big for you to handle, but what was I thinking? Yeah? It's good? All right. Well, there you have it. Thanks for watching, and thank you guys for helping me cook, and thank you for finding these mushrooms. I appreciate it. See you next time. Bye.